Hello and welcome to News Blitzer. On May 7, 2025, India started Operation Sindoor, a series of precision missile and air strikes targeting terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, POK. This operation was a direct response to the Pahalgam terror attack on April 22, 2025, in Basaran Valley, Jammu and Kashmir, where 26 civilians and a local Muslim pony rider were killed, with over 20 injured. The attack, initially claimed by the Resistance Front, TRF, a front for Lashkar-e-Taiba, targeted non-Muslims, intensifying India's resolve to combat cross-border terrorism. It's been 4 days since the conflict escalated and under US pressure, India has now announced a ceasefire. With both sides making claims and counter-claims, it's time to discover how India's response was carried out and what really are the gains and the losses for India from the conflict. Here is a comprehensive report of the same. Execution of Operation Sindoor. Timeline and coordination. Operation Sindoor was executed between 1:05 am and 1:30 am on May 7, 2025, lasting approximately 25 minutes. The operation involved synchronized efforts by the Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force, showcasing India's advanced military capabilities. The Indian Air Force led the strikes, deploying Rafale jets equipped with Scalp missiles, AASM Hammer bombs, and Spice 2000 bombs, alongside standoff cruise missiles and loitering munitions. To minimize escalation risks, Indian aircraft did not cross into Pakistani airspace, relying on beyond visual range (BVR) weapons and precision-guided munitions. The operation was supported by real-time intelligence from satellite surveillance, human intelligence and signals intelligence from intercepted communications. The Indian military's command and control structure ensured seamless coordination, with strikes timed to maximize surprise and minimize Pakistani response time. Military assets and technology. The Indian Air Force's Rafale jets, based at Ambala and Hasimar air bases, were central to the operation. These multi-role fighters, equipped with Meteor BVR missiles and Scalp cruise missiles, allowed precise targeting from Indian airspace. The Spice 2000 bombs, used in the 2019 Balakot strikes, were deployed for their GPS-guided accuracy, capable of penetrating fortified structures. Loitering munitions, such as the Indian-developed Alpha-S, provided real-time target assessment and selective engagement. The Indian Navy supported the operation by deploying INS Vikramaditya and INS Kolkata in the Arabian Sea, ensuring maritime surveillance and deterrence against Pakistani naval movements. The Army maintained heightened alertness along the line of control, LOC, ready to counter retaliatory shelling. Operational strategy. India's strategy emphasized 1. Precision targeting with strikes focused on terrorist infrastructure, avoiding Pakistani military installations to prevent escalation. 2. Non-invasive execution by conducting strikes from Indian airspace, reducing the risk of direct air combat with Pakistan's Air Force. 3. Intelligence-driven approach which selected targets based on months of surveillance, corroborated by intelligence linking the Pahalgam attack to specific camps. 4. Psychological impact aimed to deter future attacks and signal India's resolve to domestic and international audiences by scale of the operation. Targeted sites. Initially, India targeted 9 terrorist sites across Pakistan and POK, destroying 21 specific terror camps and then attacking other targets over subsequent days. Here is a detailed breakdown of the primary targets, based on Indian government statements, media reports, and Pakistani counterclaims. 1. Abbas terrorist camp in Kotli, POK, which is 13 kilometers from the LOC. This was a Lashkar-e-Taiba nerve center for training suicide bombers and infiltrators. It was a hub for cross-border attacks in Jammu and Kashmir. This site was struck at 1:04 am with Spice 2000 bombs. 2. Mehmoona Joya camp in Sialkot, Pakistan and located 12 kilometers from the international boundary. This was a Hizbul Mujahideen control center for logistics and recruitment. This site was hit at 1:11 am with Scalp missiles. India estimates 10 to 12 terrorists neutralized. Pakistan claimed strikes hit a civilian area, damaging a school. This site was linked to recent attacks in Kashmir's Shopian district. 3. Markaz Subhanallah in Bahawalpur, Pakistan, located in southern Punjab, JAM headquarters. The site was a JAM headquarter, led by Masood Azhar, and a recruitment and ideological hub for JAM responsible for the 2001 Parliament attack and 2019 Pulwama attack. The site was struck with the ASM Hammer bombs. 4. Muridke in Punjab, Pakistan, located near Lahore. The site was a LAT base. LAT is tied to the 2008 Mumbai attacks. It trained operatives like Ajmal Kasab for high-profile attacks. This site was targeted with cruise missiles. 5. Syedna Bilal Camp in Muzaffarabad, POK. This was a terrorist training facility affiliated to a mixed LAT and Hizbul Mujahideen presence. It was also a staging ground for infiltrations across the LOC. This site was hit with loitering munitions. 6. Gulpur Camp in POK, located 30 kilometers from the LOC. This was a key facility for manufacturing explosives and a LAT base for weapons training. It also supported logistical networks for attacks in Kashmir. The site was struck with Spice 2000 bombs. 7. Barnala Camp in Bhimbar, POK, about 9 kilometers from the LOC. This site was affiliated to LET and JEM, focused on IED and weapons training. This site was hit with scalp missiles. 8. Rawalakot in Chakshwari in southern POK. The camp was affiliated to LAT and Hizbul Mujahideen and supported infiltration routes into Jammu. It was once again targeted with loitering munitions. 9. Chakwal and Jhelum in Punjab, Pakistan. This was a secondary terrorist facility and supported JEM and LET networks. It was also an emerging hub for terrorist financing and recruitment. The site was struck with cruise missiles. Key military actions included targeted air and missile strikes that the Indian Air Force conducted on locations in Pakistan, including Bahawalpur, Muzaffarabad, and Kotli. These operations aimed to dismantle other alleged terrorist infrastructure. Indian and Pakistani forces also exchanged heavy artillery fire across the line of control, particularly in the Rajouri and Poonch sectors. The Indian Army reported neutralizing multiple Pakistani posts during these engagements. Pakistani response and escalation. Pakistan scrambled jets in response to the Indian strikes in the wee hours of May 7, claiming to have downed 5 Indian aircraft, which include 2 Su-30 MKI, 1 MiG-29, 3 Rafale, though India has not confirmed losses. India has not acknowledged any aircraft losses while stating that the pilots had returned safe. But CNN and BBC report that some Indian fighter jets were indeed shot down. Dassault, the manufacturer of Rafale, has acknowledged that at least one Rafale was shot down, while US intelligence sources report at least 2 Rafale fighters being shot down. There is no official confirmation about these losses. Wing Commander Singh said, Pakistan military also resorted to drones and firing of heavy-caliber weapons along the line of control and the international border. She said that air intrusion was attempted from Srinagar till Nalia at more than 26 locations, and Indian armed forces successfully neutralized these threats. However, limited damage was sustained to equipment and personnel at Indian Air Force stations at Udhampur, Pathankot, Adampur and Bhuj, Wing Commander Singh said. She said that there were also several high-speed missile attacks noticed subsequently at several air bases in Punjab, in a deplorable and cowardly act. Colonel Qureshi also said that targeting of civil infrastructure took place where Pakistan attacked the healthcare center and school premises at the air base of Srinagar, Awanipur and Udhampur. India successfully intercepted and neutralized several drones and missiles launched from Pakistan targeting military installations in Jammu, Pathankot, and other strategic locations. Pakistan Defence Minister Khwaja Asif's retracted claim of capturing Indian soldiers suggests domestic pressure to project strength. Casualty estimates. Indian sources, including NDTV and India Today, report 70 to 90 terrorists killed and 60 to 65 injured. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh claimed up to 100 terrorists neutralized, including mid to high-ranking commanders. The strikes disrupted LAT, JAM, and Hizbul Mujahideen operations significantly. India maintains no civilians were harmed. Precision targeting minimized collateral damage, though risks persisted due to terrorist facilities' proximity to civilian areas. However, news reports suggest that around 15 Indian civilians have died due to shelling from Pakistan in the border areas, more specifically in Poonch region, with another 43 injured. Pakistani claims. Pakistan's military reported 31 civilian deaths and 46 to 57 injuries across 6 locations, including Ahmadpur Shakya, Muzaffarabad, and Muridke. Strikes allegedly hit mosques, schools, and clinics, with the mosques being a cover for terror outfits. Pakistan denies any terrorist deaths, asserting all targets were civilian. JAM on the other hand confirmed 14 deaths in Bahawalpur but not acknowledged officially. However, news reports and social media claim upward of 70 to 100 terrorists being killed, but this is unverified. So far, Indian government has said that around 15 deaths have occurred due to the shelling. Strategic implications. Operation Sindoor marks a shift in India's counter-terrorism strategy. The use of Rafale jets, Scalp missiles, and loitering munitions highlights India's advanced capabilities and technological superiority. Avoiding Pakistani airspace and military targets minimized the risk of a broader conflict and controlled escalation. The operation's emotive naming and public disclosure bolstered domestic support amid outrage over the Pahalgam attack, with even opposition parties putting politics aside and supporting the ruling government wholeheartedly. The strikes also pressure Pakistan to curb terrorist activities, though denials and civilian casualty claims complicate diplomacy. Conflicting narratives and unverified ex-posts underscore the need for independent verification. Godi media TV channels on the other hand have been broadcasting a barrage of fake news and claims, going by which India has already conquered Pakistan. Similarly, Pakistani disinformation using videos of past conflicts claims India surrendered to Pakistan. Do leave your comments, and if you haven't, do subscribe to this channel for cutting-edge news reports, analysis and special features. Thank you for stopping by.